So this is my third vlog, caregiver support vlog. It's been 2 days since I posted one, day before yesterday. And I'm back in Barboursville Park. Behind me you're going to see our new Veterans Memorial. Actually, it's the first time I've seen it. I feel it's an appropriate place today because my roommate's a veteran. But anyway, that being said, sorry about that. The last couple of days have been quite busy. Yesterday, a nurse came from a home health service at the hospital. I wasn't aware she was going to come until just before she got there. My roommate informed me she had gotten a call and she was coming to evaluate her for physical therapy and occupational therapy. And I was kind of concerned because, as I've mentioned, we're getting hospice services, and I had concerns that that would cause problems with hospice. And I expressed that to the nurse as she came, and she assured me that would not be an issue. But I was still concerned, and the volunteer with hospice, as well as the social worker, actually the volunteer encouraged me to contact the social worker, which I did. And I spoke to the social worker, and today, actually, I just met with her, and she was able to confirm that it most likely will cause an issue, and that we have to choose between the two, or my roommate has to choose between the two. I'll know for certain Tuesday, but I need to have a conversation with my roommate this evening and let her know, that she'll have to choose. Now, I had expressed to the home health nurse yesterday from the hospital, not our regular home health nurse, that I could not, personally, I could not survive our journey without the services that we're getting from hospice. In particular, the home health aide that comes 3 times a week, and more specifically, the 4 hours a week that I get respite, which I'm having right now. That's going to have to be taken into consideration. And as I said in my first video, a lot of decisions have to be made. I have decided that I'm going to go ahead and search for a job. I have really no alternative but to do that. I'm aware of, ironically, a home health social worker job that's per diem, or PRN. And so hopefully I'll be able to send them a resume, and by mid-January I hope to be back to work. That is a good job for me because I can set my schedule. I can work around the times that the home health aide is at the house, and make sure that there's not too much of a gap in somebody being there for her. That I hope will work out. And I'm really not sure if we'll be able to have the home health aide if my roommate decides to relinquish services from hospice. Again, I've said this I don't know how many times, and if there are any doctors, anyone in the medical field watching this, I plead with you, include the family member, include the caregiver. I personally very often just kind of feel like, again, I'm an observer, or I'm the paid help who doesn't get paid. As a matter of fact, I'm the paid help who pays for most of everything that is supplied. But I'm not sure. I had a thought and I lost it. And I've just got hard decisions to make. And I don't know what's going to happen. Let's see what else. when I go home this evening, I'm going to have a conversation with my roommate, you know, and try once again to communicate with her, because it's very hard to communicate with her, you know, get her to understand the impact of the decision that we're facing. And it is we, it's not just her. I'm included in this, you know. I pay the bills, I provide the personal care, I prepare the meals, I help her with her medications, you know, the whole 9 yards. I may have already said this, but prior to her getting hospice, we were getting the home health aid. So if she makes that decision that she wants to go the route of accepting services from the home health program at the hospital, which will include physical therapy and occupational therapy, then, you know, hopefully we'll be able to continue the home health aid. She did have it before, so, you know, there is a possibility we'll be able to continue it. However, I'll lose the respite services from hospice, and if I have a need for respite, as it is now, hospice will offer respite and have her come stay with them for a few days, and that gives me some time off. That won't be an option for me anymore. And you know, all of that needs to be taken into consideration, and I'm going to do my best to communicate that to her. And I don't want anybody to get me wrong. I don't want something to happen to her. I'm not giving up on her. I think, you know, we're in two different places. I am concerned with quality of life, and I think she's still holding on to quantity. And, you know, I can't blame her for that. I'm not in her shoes. I don't know what I would do. But she certainly doesn't have much quality right now. She spends most of her days asleep or in bed. And I'm just lost. You know, I can't express the situation much further than that, other than I'm just lost. You know, I've made the decision I've made. I am going to go back to work. Hopefully we'll be able to work that out to where she'll continue getting care and be able to stay home. When they were there today, two different people were there at different times. They had her get out of bed and walk. They had her do a few things. They talked about what they were going to work with her on. And she did things for them she doesn't do for me. She jumped, you know, what seemed like she jumped right up out of bed, but she got up out of bed and walked much more independently than she normally does with me. I don't know if she was trying her best to show them she could do it, or if she is so dependent on me that I don't get her best. I'm not sure about that. If you all have experience with that, please leave it in the comments. Give me some feedback. You know, let me know your point of view as care provider. I'm going to go back a little bit here to doctors and medical professionals. And again, once again, say to you, whether it's intentional or unintentional, very often care providers feel left out. We feel like we're on the outside looking in. We feel like we feel disvalued and certainly not validated. At least that's the way I've been feeling, especially when it comes to the doctors. This doctor told me without any doubt there would be no physical therapy or no occupational therapy. He told me that she would not be able to go to a physical therapy hospital, which she did prior when she had the hip surgery. And he told me he would not be making any referrals for such. And then yesterday morning we get a call, or actually Lisa gets a call, and you know, she tells me that it's hospital and they're sending somebody out to evaluate her for physical therapy and occupational therapy. And, you know, I was kind of blindsided because I wasn't part of that decision. I wasn't included in that. Not that I would have opposed it. I wouldn't have. You know, I tell her all the time that whatever she would like to do, I support her. I can't promise I can support her from home, but I can certainly support her whatever she decides to do. Let's see. I can't really think of much else. But if you have any questions, put them down there in the comments. Hit me up with a like, subscribe, share this video. Please share your input. Now, we're still in Barboursville Park. I'll show you around a little bit. There's the lake behind us. It's a man-made lake. This actually used to be a prison farm. And next video I'll make it from the old guard shack. It is a wonderful lake to fish in. There's a walking trail around it. And if you look around behind me, there's the way we came into the park. And it's just gorgeous. And as you can see, not sure if you can or not behind me, there's a bunch of ducks eating something in the gravel. There's always bunches of ducks out here. Alrighty then, you all have a great day. God bless you. Stay strong.